One of Chicago's most famous neighborhoods could be a great place to invest. Don't worry, I'll explain. The Loop has always been the center of Chicago for obvious reasons, but after COVID, it was undeniably negatively impacted. Now, the Loop's unofficial boundaries are the north end of the Chicago River, east to Lake Michigan or Lakeshore Drive. If you go west, you'll hit the south bend of the Chicago River, and then going south to Roosevelt Road. Now, within that boundary is a neighborhood called New East Side or Lakeshore East, but I'll save that for another video. Since COVID, there has been a major decrease in foot traffic due to remote and hybrid work, which has definitely slowed down the pace of the Loop. But if you've been paying attention to some of the activity that's going on, you can tell that the Loop is headed in an upward trend. What kind of activity, you ask? Well, let's start at Google's humongous purchase of the Thompson Center to call Chicago their headquarters. They're spending $280 million to renovate this building. Secondly, the Loop is home to a couple of great festivals such as Lollapalooza and the Taste of Chicago. Obviously missing a bunch more, but those are the two most notable ones. Not to mention, in 2023, we had our first NASCAR event. I believe Chicago and NASCAR made a 3 to 5 year deal. Well, NASCAR will continue returning, and that's going to bring a lot of money to businesses in the city from tourism and from just Chicago natives wanting to spend money at an event that they normally would not be able to go to.
And I'll give you another reason why the Loop could be a good place to purchase property. Back in April, our beloved Chicago Bears disclosed their plan to build a new stadium just south of where the current Soldier Field is. They want to build a fully enclosed stadium that could be used all year round because we know for a fact that it gets cold in Chicago. So by building this new stadium, concerts can happen all year round, which in general means there's going to be more money and continue to enjoy the stadium while it's winter.
And I don't know if you know, but in Chicago we have two baseball teams. One on the north side with the Chicago Cubs, one on the south side, Chicago White Sox. The Chicago White Sox are going to devise a plan and make a proposal to build a brand new stadium not too far from where the current stadium is. And this stadium is going to be part of the 78 project. Now, what the hell is the 78th project? So in Chicago, we have 77 official neighborhoods. The term 78 project actually comes from the development of a brand new 78th neighborhood. Now, I get it. The Chicago Bears and the Chicago White Sox technically play on the south end of the city and aren't technically in the Loop, but you are still relatively close and it's just an Uber ride away. Besides all this exciting neighborhood activity, if you take a look at the median sale prices of homes in the Loop, you can see that the neighborhood is actually bouncing back. Looking at the median sale prices of homes this year in September is at $392,500. And if you compare it to last year in September, they were at $357,500. Now, these market conditions are indications that it is a seller's market, with the median amount of days that a home is staying on the market being 30 days. And 28% of those homes are going over asking. Now, if you consider these details and the Loop's resilient and extensive history, you'll see that the Loop is full of opportunity. So whether you're a buyer or a seller, you should find confidence in the Loop as a place to live and invest in for generations to come.